Hey guys, um, today could go down in history. We're gonna find out if it goes down as one of those 2008s. Um, Unbelievable what I'm seeing. Just a collapse in oil, airline stocks. I mean, interest rates are actually starting to rise here. All this liquidity we're pumping into the market is going to come back to probably haunt us. We're setting up a lot of things here that don't look good for the future if we don't get this thing under control quick. Because the longer this stays, the worse things are going to get. Here's our chart on the Dow Jones Industrial Average that I drew from 13 years ago. I believe we had from 2012 years ago, 2008, and it goes back to where you can see these channels, and I'll pull back a little bit and kind of give you a better look at it. Sorry about that. So here's these channels that we've kind of followed since the collapse in 2008. We got up in these nice channels and they've been pretty consistent. Then here you go and you enter into, the amazing thing is, look at the volume that picks up in the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 2017. That's when we begin to start running into this momentum channel to the top side, and things start getting really volatile. And then if we pull back a little bit again, you can see this start to unfold and break here. And the long-term chart is in jeopardy today if we don't get a decent close here. So once again, there's the channels. I don't need to go back further. You get the idea. You can go into this blow-off phase, a lot of volatility. You hit this spike, and by the way, this does line up with some channels on the top end. And then here we are right now, breaking this long-term chart that we haven't broken since 2008. And just to give you an idea, to zoom in on that, this is what we're looking at today. And if you want to put it on a minute chart to see kind of where we need to close at, you get the idea. Today's crucial. We don't want to close below that line. Usually I give stuff 3 or 4 days, but we've had so much of a downdraft here that the psychology is really going to get whacked if we don't get some type of a bounce today and close above that line and try to hold that line. Let's look at the intraday. So there's a line up close and personal. You can see as far back as it goes, it still became a little bit of an area of bull-bear battle, and then we kind of broke down, and then you can see the result. It's important that we get back up, at least for the market psychology, to that level. Here's another interesting chart. It kind of blows my mind. The IWM small caps, which obviously are really vulnerable. Pretty much into the V from many years ago, so we've just wiped out like literally 3 or 4 years of gains on that. Here's a 5-year chart, and let's back this up a little bit and take a look at it. Kind of scary. We're into the wedge right now. We're into that big V trough that we bounced out of so significantly. We're into that. I mean, it's hard to believe we're all the way back into there. So we literally just wiped out all those gains. 3 years of gains, pretty much. Almost 4, I guess, wiped out completely. 4 and change. That was middle of 2016. Unbelievable. So let's see how this thing closes, but it's not looking good. Let's take one more look at the crazy UVXY that kind of looked like it was running out of steam. This thing's going to come unwound too eventually. I can't tell you when, because I've been saying that for a few days, but look at this wacky chart. I mean, look at that. Unbelievable. I had a high today of like 135 or something. Unreal. Now you're getting stretched. You're getting some max RSI numbers. I mean, God bless you. If you bought that and held it, I don't know how you had the stomach to do it. Don't worry about those numbers right there, but holy cow. Eventually this will come down to some sort of a, regardless, this is going to come down to some sort of a median trend line here, back into like the low 90s. But holy cow. If this thing keeps unraveling towards the end of the close, this could go even higher. So we'll see. We got to close above that line that I showed you on the Dow, or things are not going to look good for the long term.